Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you live for WHF. It is Scones with me today. In the commentary box, I have WT Addiction for this Tier 1 Round 4 Monaco race. So, Addiction, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. Looks like it's gonna be a very hard fight between Jen Gordon and Cookie. They have been battling this whole start of season. And it may be interesting to see the gaps in Monaco, the times do laps per laps, and if there is a fight, a real fight, wheel to wheel in Monaco.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Monaco is one of those very interesting tracks. Actually, that's a lie. Not overly interesting, if we're being completely honest. It's generally whoever is in P1 out of qualifying is going to be the person just in the lead for most of the race. Not a lot of room for overtakes on this track, I don't think.
Yeah, I think people may try to overtake in Alaska like Jules Bianchi did in 2014, or in Mirabeau than in 2005, like I think Kevin Magnussen did a year ago.
Oh, have you got XV Star 42 on your friends list? I don't think I've got him. He's just
Who?
uh, XV Star 42. He's just left the session. We've got Jamie Dwyer, 1993, saying, I'm ready to watch 18 drivers attempt to finish.
Looks like I do not. Yeah,
Jamie makes a good point there. Monaco can be a bit notorious for safety cars as we've got Mallard going for his first lap attempt.
I let you commentate on this one. I have to check everything real quick.
He is looking good in that first in that first sector. Keeping it nice and tidy. Monaco is one of those races I feel like I would love to see in person, but on TV. Oof, oof. Mallard is keeping it quite tidy around the track here. You know,
Okay, sorry, I'm back.
welcome back, Addiction. We are still on board with Mallard. He's keeping it
He's
very
gonna be
tight.
quiet there.
We've got most people out. The track looking very busy. 110 is the time to beat. 110 and Gorgon straight just instantly after. Full second and a half ahead. Gorgon is currently in second place. The battle between it is Gorgon in second place, correct?
Yeah, we've got Arrow on a hot lap as well.
We'll go on board
He's
with
coming
Arrow.
into turn 12, going to the pool.
Oh, he's got a bit of pace on him here. Ooh, was that track
Yeah.
limits? That looked like
Uh,
it was very close.
but wonderful there into Larascas. Last turn.
Oh,
Happy to P3 for Hero. A very good time.
that is a solid time, but Nile in the
It's
in
a
the
solid
Aston.
time for now. The Frenchman in the Aston Martin just nailed it absolutely.
I mean, that is not a small gap for the other drivers to attempt to make up here. That is,
More than 1 second is absolutely diabolic.
it will be interesting to see if or how they manage to make that up. As we check out Gabe Brooms in the Haas, Zampa has left the session. They need to try and get him back in. And Michael Louis has also left the session.
Yeah.
What is going
No,
on?
Michael Lewis hit the wall. He hit the wall.
Was it potentially that he lagged out?
I don't know. Um, Gabe Brooms having contact into La Roscas with the wall and diving into the pits. I think he damaged in front ring.
I don't have Zampa on my friends list. We might need to invite him back. I've sent an invite to
Zampa.
Michael Louis.
Let me check. I think I have Zampa.
You know, brave move from Gabe Brooms in the Haas. He was going out on the mediums. Don't know if that was intentional or potentially an oversight. Let's see what Cookie is up to. He's just
He's
chilling.
got he's got the best first sector. He's having now it's Portier down into the tunnel into turn 9 and then completely blacked out into La Nouvelle Chicane. Absolutely wonderful there. Oh, he hit the wall, but
He's
looks
still
like
looking pretty good.
it's
Don't know
looking
if it's a
very
107.
solid for. Oh, I just hit the wall.
Again, that's twice he's hit the wall now.
Looks like he does not have damage and
I mean,
does the second time.
he does pull out a 108.7. Little less than a second slower than Nile.
Absolutely wonderful time there from the Frenchman in the Aston Martin.
Zampa is back. I'm curious about whether Michael Louis is going to be able to continue with qualifying or if that means
Um, I
he's
think
out.
he DNF. Uh, Michael Lewis.
I did.
Oh yeah, he did DNF. He hit the wall. I
Oh,
think
that
I saw
is.
him leaving the Nouvelle Chicane with a broken wheel.
That is so unfortunate. I know he has been looking forward to this race, especially with him being one of the Tier 2 drivers. Looking to try and potentially prove himself in the Tier 1. We do have a few reserves on the grid this evening.
Yeah, indeed, we have Kevin Carr for sure. The
Oh,
next one
Kevin
is
Cal,
also
he's
a
currently
reserve.
is he the front runner in the Tier 2 championship?
He is the front runner, yeah.
He had an
I think
amazing race yesterday at Mexico, possibly looking to keep that momentum in this Tier 1 race. It's just, Nile has just put such a good lap out. I don't even think he needs to go back out and try and get it faster. I think it is such a solid
uh,
time.
I think he's just maybe doing it for glory or I don't know.
I mean,
His car just turned pretty well.
I
He
think he's
doesn't have to
got a
put
really good setup. I think a lot of people might need to
yeah.
try and grab that setup from him for future Monaco races. It's just, he seems to be doing really well with it. You know, Cross Carry was able to get a little bit quicker. You know, he is only half a second off of Nile. And we've got XV Star, who is 7/10 off, give or take. But with the championship, the main people to watch is going to be Cookie and Gordon, who are
Uh,
currently front runners.
Nelgiot Nelgiot starts his lap time going all uphill into Berivage then in Masna it would turn free. Now
Who are we
full
watching?
throttle. Nel
Nile.
going downhill into
Ooh,
Mirabeau.
ooh,
Oh,
slippery.
a bit of a slippery there.
And lock up on there.
All downhill to Portier now. I think you have a bit of oversteer, but it may be because of his setup. Looks like he does not need to put full angle into his steering wheel, but the car just fully turns. It's amazing. Going now into that. Oh, I think he just stopped his lap.
Ooh. We completely missed Arrow getting into the second place
Oh
there.
yeah,
What a great
And
time. That's
now starts his lap. Now it's a turn one and all uphill.
oof, he's keeping that tight.
He's keeping it very, very tight. Now into Masna into turn three. All in fourth gear. Keep it to fourth gear into turn four.
That's
Now into Mirabeau. Don't lock up, don't lock up. Very perfect turn there.
slight lock up there.
Yeah, he's fully committed there. All downhill into turn 8. Yeah, it's very chirurgical. Now it's turn 9 into the nouvelle chicane. Oh,
Yeah,
that was
that
very,
was.
very close to the
I
wall.
don't know if that's invalidated his
Yeah.
lap time potentially.
It did not, and he had the
Oof.
best second sector.
Oh my goodness. This not.
This
Surely he
is
can't go
very,
faster.
very fast. This is very fast from now. The set
Oh my god.
1-7.
And he just comes in 6/10 quicker. How? How
That
has he
was
done
an
that?
amazing lap from him.
Is this guy a magician or something? I swear. His quali pace is outstanding, but it'll be interesting to see if he can keep that up in the race. And XV Star
Yeah,
was able to snatch that P2 position away from Arrow.
looks like now is using a bit of the ABS to turn the car and put a bit of brake when turning in, so the car turn way easier.
I I think it'll be interesting to see P2 to P5 on the track because their times are very, very close together. You know, XV Star, Arrow, Cookie, and Croskery. They are all within a few tenths of each other. I think that is going to be very interesting to watch.
Ooh, there was slight of a mistake for Cookie coming into Lanway chicane. Slightly missed his braking points and almost invalidated his lap.
I don't think it's going to be a very good lap for him anyway. He's got the Haas in his way
Yeah,
potentially.
and
Yeah.
he's coming into the pits.
He's probably going to want to see if he can maybe adjust the setup a little bit. As we're on board with Gordon now. As we have a little look at what he's doing. It looks like he is on a hot lap. Got a bit of time to make up to get...
Oh, very close to the wall into Portier.
He is keeping it pretty neat and tidy. Ooh.
Ooh, that was very dangerous to turn there. One mistake, 1 millimeter away, and you invalidate your lap.
I mean, oh, that's just Monaco though. Even a small mistake and you're in the wall and your whole race is done.
Yeah. And yeah, he's diving into the pits as well.
He's decided that was not the move as we see what Kevin Cal is up to. Currently sitting on a 109.9. Can he improve? It'll be interesting to see what Rio Harris does as well. He
now
was,
left or
wait, Ultra Titan.
Ultra Titan has DNF as well for critical damages.
Ah. So it does look like Kevin Cal does improve by 100th of a second. As we'll go on board with Rio Harris now. You know, he was, I was talking to him last night. He seemed quite optimistic for this race. I must say, he is looking pretty good coming through here.
His lap was invalidated.
Ah. I
And
didn't
he's
even
diving to the
notice.
pits as well.
That seems to
We
be a
have
bit of a
Mallard on a
running
hot lap.
theme with Mallard sneaking in a 109.8, which puts him in P9. Who would be someone good to check on? Arrow, potentially? Is he on a hot lap? No. Looks like his current lap is invalidated.
And we have Croskery on a hot lap.
Croskery, we'll see what he's up to.
To turn 1, going uphill and traffic there.
Ooh, that's something you
Into turn
really
3,
don't want in Monaco, is that traffic.
down into 3rd gear, downhill into Mirabeau. Down into 1st gear. Now into the airpin, and there is a slight of traffic in front of him. Still uphill. Oh! Slight of mistake there. He turned a bit too early and almost hit the wall.
Is he going to be quicker than Cookie, though? That is the question. Because that'll
I
put
think
Cookie and
he
Gordon
stopped.
right
He
next to
stopped
each
his
other.
lap, and he's warming up his tires for another lap.
Who's that, sorry?
Croskery.
Oh, is he not currently making an attempt?
Yeah, he missed an attempt, and now he's going for another lap. Yeah, he fully is. Into 6th gear, 7th gear, into turn 1,
Ooh.
absolutely nailed there. Very close to the wall. Now uphill into turn 2 and turn 3. Down into 4th gear and in 3rd gear. Now downhill into Mirabeau, down into 2nd gear. And down into the airpin. Yeah, don't sleep there.
Ooh.
Yeah, he managed to not do the same mistake as he did. Now into the tunnel.
He is flat out dumping the battery.
Now into elevation. Oh, he validated his
Oh,
lap.
no.
Oh no.
He was looking good, too. That's the thing. He was
That
looking
was
pretty good.
very, very good. And yeah, Mallard
Let's
stopped
check out
the foot as well.
Arrow. I think he might be about to make an attempt. Potentially.
Harrow sneaks up into 3rd place with a 8-3.
As we are in the dying embers of this quali session. Got a few more people trying to make a final attempt.
And Ice Cream is the first to cross the line there. Up, still into P7.
I would like to see Rio Harris do a little bit better.
Yeah.
E9. And he's invalidated.
Star on a hot lap. Looking
Stars on a
pretty
hot lap.
solid.
We'll take a look. Of course, we'll have a look. You know, like the memes going around currently.
Into 4th gear into the pool.
That
Now
corner
it's
right there
Thunderbird
was...
into 2nd gear.
He's keeping it... Nah.
He stops the foot as well.
Let's see what Arrow is up to. Is he coming into the pits or is he going to close this lap out? He's closing the lap out. Needs a 108.3 or better. Nah.
And this is over for the qualifying session. We have Nile on pole position with an extraordinary pace.
That's like untouchable. You're talking about a second faster than the next fastest person, and it's just... What are they meant to do with that? Like... Oh, Star's retired from the session. Alright.
And it will be very curious to see if he manages to keep this pace for the race, and if the championship leader Cookie manages to take advantage there. Jason Gordon, he's behind Cookie, and it will be very interesting to see if they manage to battle on track.
I think a lot of the outcome is going to be tied to the strategy. And whether...
Yeah, it will work at strategy. I think we can also see people overtake into La Rascasse or into the Nouvelle Chicane. Those are heavy braking points where you can sneak up with a bit of chance.
That's the thing with Monaco. There's not a lot of places to make overtakes, so you kind of have
Yeah.
to
When you
take a few
overtake, you
risks.
have to take risk, and the person you're trying to overtake have also to leave space and not being a Verstappen type of guy. If you see what? Oh,
Always, you
it's
have to
raining
leave
in
with the
Monaco,
space.
and it's raining in Monaco.
Oh my, that ooh
That will be amazing.
is not is Nile good in the wet?
That's what we will see uh, in a few minutes when the race will start.
Are we going to see some absolute carnage in the first few turns? How many laps do you think we'll get through before we need a safety car?
I think safety car for lap one. Honestly, it's raining. It's very tight.
We've got
It's
reserve
narrow.
drivers on. Monaco
There
is a
is reserve
chaotic
driver.
track. There's not a lot of room for
Monaco.
error.
Yeah, Monaco is Monaco. There is no space. It's narrow. It's a nasty when it's wet. So it's very dangerous, and we can see a safety car for lap one.
What is going on if you are just tuning into the stream? We've just finished qualifying. Niall setting an absolute blistering time of 107.2, a second quicker than the second place driver who was XV Star 42. Arrow, I believe, was third, and we could potentially see them be the podiums for the end. Monaco is a very tight track, not a lot of chances for overtaking. I think a lot of it's going to come down to luck with the safety cars and pit strategy, especially with it being wet. Addiction, how many safety cars do you think we're going to see today?
Mm, a lot, seriously a lot. I think probably like 4 or 5.
Four or
My
five?
guess being six, six safety car
Six.
maximum. Yeah, six safety car.
We've got Maxim in the chat saying 4 safety cars. I think that's going to be the magic number right there, is 4
Yeah,
safety cars. We've got Ultra Titan
four
saying,
safety
thanks for
cars.
the comms tonight, boys. Not a problem. We're hoping to have a good one. Hopefully it'll be an entertaining race. We did have a few
Yeah.
disconnections in qualifying. Hopefully that's all the sort of gremlins sorted out as we come into the race. I know Michael Louis is hoping to set a better time. I think he set a 110.1. He'll be looking to try and redeem himself, maybe move up the ladder a little bit in the actual race as we wait for everybody to get onto the grid.
And I think it's maybe very soon.
I think a few people probably having a nice little bathroom break, getting a drink. It was a fairly intense qualifying session. Niall just, I don't know how he did that. I need that setup.
Absolutely astonishing performance there from the Frenchman. We don't even know how he managed to keep that car on rail. This is literally a car on rail. It doesn't move. It doesn't slip. It don't. The rear doesn't go away. It's very straight. It's absolutely on rail for the whole lap.
The
And
front did seem a little bit twitchy though. If we were,
yeah, I think
oh,
it's
here we go. It
and
is
it's
the
going.
countdown, and it's lights out and away we go. And we've got a few people with different race strategies. Let's see. I suppose everybody's going to be on inters with it being wet. As Niall obviously going to be in first place with XV Star
Oh,
right behind him.
on the
Arrow,
back there is slight of battle. We've got early sneaking up into 10th place.
I wonder, do you think Arrow's going to try and play it
Oh,
safe?
Michael Lewis going for the inside, but door shots.
Oh, we've
Oh,
got carnage
oh,
already.
we've got contact there.
Somebody lost a wing. I'm pretty sure somebody lost the wing.
Looks like a Sauber and a Haas, or
Yep, Ultra Titan's missing half
Ultra
of his front
Titan.
wing.
Ultra Titan, Michael Lewis, and the Lucky One have a broken wheel now. Broken wing, sorry.
Yeah, we've got Ultra Titan missing part of his front wing. Uh,
And we have now a 2 second gap between Nell and Star.
yeah, no, this is Niles' race to lose at this point.
This
All he's got to do is keep it neat and on track. And I
this is
mean,
absolutely astonishing for him.
and he's probably, I guarantee he's going to bank fastest lap as well, even without DRS. And we've got Ultra Titan, Ice Cream, and Michael Louis. No, Michael Louis, yeah, he did take some damage to that wing, didn't he? Has
Yeah,
not pitted,
Michael
but we've
Lewis.
got Ice Cream and Ultra Titan who have pitted for fresh wings. I think Michael Louis,
Michael Lewis
he's taking a
does
bit of a
have
gamble.
lost. Yeah, Michael Lewis has lost a flap on his wing, slightly broken, but can he try to keep it on track and not lead to understeer into the wall?
Sauber behind him of the lanky one, also missing part of the wing. Interesting. I think they are probably hoping for a safety car to come in.
Yeah. We see gaps being formed already, and they're having a 4 second gap in
4
front of
seconds
Star.
on the second lap. That's
This
crazy.
is
They're gonna have to make a whole new
astonishing.
tier just for the Frenchman.
Yeah. Uh, I don't have any words. Astonishing is not
There,
that
118.
powerful for the performance he's dropping there.
Ooh.
And
Crosscarry
we've got the
also
rank
has
one
some
diving,
wing damage.
and the rank one diving into the pit lane to fix the wing, I think.
Quite a few cars with wing damage. A few people opting to stay out, like Crosscarry
Yeah,
opting to.
he's. Oh, he isn't. I think the pit crew misunderstood, and he's leaving the pit with a broken front wing and new inter tires.
Oh, that must have been an error. He must have forgotten to ask the pit crew to.
Yeah, this is absolutely deceiving when it happens to you. You just want to throw everything up and just give up the race.
Yeah, well, Maxim did make a really good prediction there, saying the battle for P2 is going to be insane. Well, spicy rather. And he's quite right. We're on lap 3. There's already a 5.5 second gap. Star pulling away from Arrow, 2.5 second gap. And we've got a few time penalties rolling out for Zampa and Gabe Brooms.
As we've got the Renki one closing up from oh no, Ultra Titan closing up from the Renki one.
These conditions couldn't be any worse, Lanky one with the little blunder in the pits. He's going to be kicking himself for that. Anybody with wing damage has got to be struggling in this weather. I mean, even at the best of times, it's a struggle. You take away that stability that the flaps on the wing provide, and we can see
And the
Michael
Renki one
Louis
keeps on
struggling a
track.
little bit.
And they swapped positions. I think the Renki one understood he couldn't fight with a broken front wing
He would have
and
just
gave
let
his position to Ultra Titan.
WHF Gordon and Crosscarry did have a bit of a position change going on there. Crosscarry doing well to have kept that position for that long with his broken wing. Bit of a bad luck spell for the Saubers there. They both took wing damage. So there's definitely, with it being Monaco and with it being wet, you can definitely see the skill gap. Obviously now going to be winning this one
Now,
unless he ruins it.
I don't think
Star,
he's giving everything he's got. He already got a 6 second gap in front of Star for the 5th lap, so it's more a second lap.
And I mean, Star's not a slow driver either. He's pulling a gap on Arrow. You know, he's 2 seconds ahead of Arrow, so Arrow's not going to get that DRS. Could see something happen between Arrow and Cookie though.
Yeah.
And then obviously behind that we've got Gordon, 3 seconds behind his championship rival.
And we've got Cross-Curry closing up from Gordon, but losing slight from the straight.
He's not going to be able to keep that up though. He's got that wing damage. I think a lot of people really hoping for a safety car.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
And
I just saw that Cross-Curry taking even more damage. Is that both flaps gone now? He's
yeah,
going to have to
both
pit.
flaps are gone now for him.
There's no way he survives
And
without
Rio is
pitting.
looking for the switch back there.
Yeah.
And
Rio
Gabe
knows he's...
Brooms. And this is a safety car. Gabe Brooms sending it to the wall into
Ooh.
the pool.
I didn't
Doing
get to see that. How did I miss that?
a Mick Schumacher type of move. I think he lost it entering into
A
the
lot of people are going to
pool.
be very happy about that safety car, though. Michael Louis, the lanky one, Cross-Curry, all going to be happy to get nice, fresh wings on.
This safety car is gonna be changing everything.
I mean...
Can now lose his
Nah, there's no
front.
way. He's too quick. Before the safety car, obviously now it says 8.6 seconds.
Cross-Curry grabs a drive-through penalty.
Oh, no. He was looking so good for that P6 position as well. He was really holding his own. He's going to have to go into the pit. We'll see him drop a few places, and he does have that penalty. But surely he goes into the pits, gets his wing replaced. He's going to have
very,
to.
very unfortunate.
Oh, I mean, so your prediction wasn't right about it being the first lap. But
Yeah,
could we
I
see
thought for
4
being
safety
first
cars in
lap, yeah.
total? I feel like that would be a good prediction to happen here.
Yeah.
And Niall has opted to pit. Looks like Arrow and Cookie, looks like they've decided to stay out. They are saying 6 laps on the inters, not that bad to deal with.
Can they manage to take the inters until the end of the race? It can be very risky.
They'll have to pit. Surely they haven't pitted this race, so they would have to pit.
This is a very interesting Monaco Grand Prix for now.
Yeah, 5 laps in, we've got our first safety car. 34 laps to go. Star going on slicks. Wait, has he actually?
Who?
Star. Detail. Tire. Oh my goodness, a few people have opted for the regular race tires. Star's going on mediums. The Williams of Nanchev opting for hards. Possibly, is there something they know that we don't? A lot of drivers have gone into the regular race tires.
It looks like the rain is getting thinner. Maybe 2 more laps of rain and it can dry out real quick. But we don't know that. We don't have to.
I don't know if
those predictions.
If I was these drivers, I'd be following Niall's strategy. You know, he's definitely a quick driver, and he's gone into... I think that's probably the right move. Maxim's saying it might be a GOAT move, opting to go to the slicks. Half the field has opted to go onto the slicks. Certainly Star, Zampa, Michael Louis, and the lanky one going on the mediums. Possibly looking for a little bit of pace.
We don't know the weather prediction, but it can be a double-edged sword strategy. If the rain stops within a few laps and the track dries out, the front drivers will have to pit for slick tires, and we can see people like Lyubomir and Chev with mediums or odds hopping into maybe a podium.
I mean, it is possible. That is a bit of a gamble, though, going onto the slicks. From what I can see, it looks like it is still raining
Yeah,
quite a
it's
bit.
still raining. Maybe maybe not as much as during first lap, but looks like the rain is still falling
So with the
for
game, that tunnel
for a lot of
section,
time.
is that dry or is that wet in the game?
I don't know. There is rain, so I think it may be wet, but
It
if
would
they
make
are
sense if it was
daring
dry, right?
to,
Because
yeah, if they are daring to take slick tires, it's probably because they know something we don't. We don't have the weather predictions, so we don't know if it's raining for all the race or few laps.
any insights on the weather conditions? Is there a way to find that out as a spectator?
I don't think so.
We'll see. Ultra Titan, if you just go on board with him, we can see him struggling on those hards with it being wet.
Yeah, the hards will be very hard
Oh my
to
goodness. I think that might be why
switch
a few
tires
people
on.
have opted to go for the mediums. Really struggling, even just to catch the safety car queue with the hards on. We can see him losing traction on the tires, just accelerating on the main straight. Ooh, just that.
Where there is a slight. I think it may be a very dangerous bet to take there because it looks like it's still raining, but for how much time? And this is what we don't know.
It might be the drivers have got some kind of weather insight that we don't. That maybe it's meant to dry out in
Ooh,
short
as
amount of
Ultra
time.
Titans almost go straight into the airpin like Latifi did in 2022. Oh, he almost touches the wall there.
He saved it just barely. Safety car will be going in this lap, so we will join Arrow at the front of the queue. It'll be interesting to see what kind of strategy he's got to start this race, whether he's going to do a bit of a late start
And
or
Kurosaki still have his drive-through penalty.
can you serve a drive-through penalty under safety car?
Um, I think, yeah, I think so.
It just doesn't make sense why he wouldn't do that. And we're back into racing, correct? Yeah, there's no safety car. Arrow has a half a second lead on Cookie. We got a bit of a switch going on for P10. Kevin Kell
And
has dropped 2 places. Which tires was he on? Was he
now is
on?
now is the person to watch there. He is absolutely looking boiling for overtakes,
Oh my goodness.
taking back
Kevin
the
Kell
lead.
has dropped 4 positions just on this lap. I think he's really struggling to find any kind of rhythm with those hards.
And sending it and locking tires, forcing Gordon to go straight and take a penalty.
Not really what you want to see, but Rio's also made a bit of a move and Ollie with a 3 second penalty. The penalties going out left, right, and center.
Now looking for the switch gap, and Gordon
Ooh,
dives into the pit lane. Now up into
it
P3.
does look like it's stopped raining now.
Yeah,
Interesting.
this is
Maybe the
what they
drivers
knew that we
have
don't.
timed it perfectly that as the safety car was finishing. And obviously with the safety car, there would have been a little bit of a dry line forming. Oh, what a move. It'll be interesting to see those front runners that didn't pit like Arrow and Cookie. See what they managed to get going. Craig Conley, something must have happened. Did he pit from inters to hards? And we got a position change. Rio. Oh my goodness. Zampa
What
seems to
happened
be
there?
just getting bullied by Rio. Rio up into P7. Michael Louis looking good.
And we see Cookie struggling a lot, sliding there.
Oh, Ice Cream picking up a time penalty.
And Michael Lewis has retired from the session.
No, what happened? I missed it. I was watching him and then I went to go watch. Oh no.
Uh, he's gone straight. He's gone straight into La Nouvelle Chicane. And looks like there is not another safety car. Ice Cream Janet also.
Bad day
What
for the
happened?
boys in the Haas. Zampa is currently in the pits.
As we've got a wheel two wheel there. Gordon and Ultra Titan. Gordon diving into turn one.
Is it not a safety car?
There is not safety car. Looks like, yeah, looks like there is not safety car.
I think Niall's going to be struggling on those inters, but he's got
Now
so
he's
much
back.
pace.
He's back into the lead.
He's got so much pace. Is Star going to be able to catch him? Even when he's on inters and the track's drying out.
And
Star,
he still is proving the lap time. He's still got the fastest first sector and second sector.
I mean, he's got a 4-second gap on Star. And that's not to say that Star's a bad driver. Niall is the only person on 5-lap-old inters.
He is absolutely phenomenal.
And he sets the fastest lap on the
Another
inters.
fastest
Okay.
lap.
Okay, bro.
He is on another league. He is on another chair.
Ooh, gets a little bit slidey there in that first sector. He's got to be struggling with that car, but he just makes it look so easy. Yet we see a full
And
lock up on that
he
front
is
right.
still improving his lap time. He's still got the fastest first sector.
Just let that sink in. Maybe the track is still a little bit wet, but he is quicker on inters than Star is on mediums. Arrow.
And I think it's just the time to the track to dry out.
Arrow is on hard, so he'll be looking to. In fact, everybody that's on hards will probably be looking to finish the race on those. So Nenchev, Rio, Kevin Cal, and Arrow, Cookie, Croskery, Craig Conley, and Zampa will be looking to finish off the session most likely with those hards. Arrow is looking good. He's breathing down the neck of Kevin Cal. This will be a nice little battle for P5, and Stark must have heard me talking.
The fastest lap.
He must have heard me talking about the fastest lap on the inters and decided I'll show you.
And he's picked up 2 seconds from now, so the lead may be compromised.
Yeah, you can. Oh, Crosscree out
and
of
Croskery
nowhere.
on the Haas.
That's
He's
out
back
of nowhere.
into P10 after his drive-through penalty.
And he's just set the fastest lap. That is crazy. But it does look, if we watch Niall, it does look like he's really struggling on those inters now.
Yeah, he's
Every
he's
corner,
not
at least
struggling,
one of
but
his wheels is locking
looks
up.
like Star is still picking up time to him. We see the gap slightly being lower and lower and lower every turn, and Star picks up the fastest middle sector again.
Is he going to be quicker than
He is quicker.
No, than Croskery, who just did set that last fastest lap?
And now dives into the pit lane.
112.
And now
yeah. X Star with your new fastest lap, and we see Niall
can Star go for it.
Niall falling all the way back to 4th. There. Ooh.
Ooh.
The lanky one has retired from the session, speeding in the pit lane.
As we've got Zampa with 16 seconds of penalty.
Sorry, did I hear that correctly? 16.
16.
Oh my goodness. Everybody else that has penalties is only on 3 seconds.
Yeah, we've got Oli, Mallard, and Gordon with 3 seconds penalty, and Zampa with 16 seconds penalty.
I mean, I'm not going to hold it against him. You know, Monaco is a very difficult track. We've
Yeah,
got an
and
incident with Zampa. I've got
what
the worst timing. I swear, I just changed off of Zampa
what
and he crashed.
happened? He crashed. Yeah.
I'll go
He
into
went
Ultra
straight
Titan and
into
see if we can
yeah.
see the carcass
He
of his
went
car.
straight into Casino.
Yeah,
He
virtual
went
safety
straight into
car.
turn 4, maybe losing the rear because there is a bit of bump exiting turn 4, so he may have lost the rear there.
So we are going to count this virtual safety car as a safety car. So that's 2 out of the 4
Yeah, fully.
predicted that Maxim said for the race. Lanky one in the chat saying he had damage again, was really struggling. Zampa says AIDS. Zampa, the most heartbreaking thing to me is I was watching you, and I swear, 2 seconds after I switched off you to see what somebody else was doing, and you crashed. That's twice now I'd moved off of somebody and they crashed. I don't know if I'm cursed, but I am missing the action. We were talking about your 16 seconds of time penalties, and I had literally just said I'm not going to hold it against him. Monaco is a very difficult track. And then right after that, you crashed. Maxim saying Star might have pulled a magical strategy. He does have 7 seconds on
Yeah.
Rio currently, but anything can happen, you know. Anybody could crash at this point
As
and
we've
cause
got
another safety car.
Nel with the fastest middle sector closing from Gordon. He's picking up a lot of time there.
He's going to
Kane,
want to try and get in
he-
front of that Mercedes of Gordon.
yeah, exactly. Gordon got and
Gordon got fastest
Gordon
lap.
set the
111.
fastest lap. 1:11:49. As Nile still picks the fastest last sector.
Zampa, my best guess with the time penalties was it was 3 seconds and possibly something to do with the pit lane. Invite Crosscurry, please. Hopefully I've got him on my friends list. I tried to add everybody before the
Yep, someone
race.
did it.
Yeah, Mike, your incident was pretty much exactly the same as Zampa's. I was watching you, and then right after I went off you, it said has retired from the session. I might
Oh,
actually be
there is
cursed.
damage in front of. Now I think it's Cookie with damage.
Cookie, let's have a look.
What's happened there?
Uh,
Contact with Arrow, I think. Oh,
no,
now going very wide into Larascas.
Cookie looks like he's got all his wings and everything else intact, as does
Yeah,
Arrow.
maybe Arrow, I think.
No, Arrow's got all his wings and everything. By the looks of it.
Yeah, I saw some piece of carbon moving a lot.
From what I can see, it looks like nobody's missing any parts of their front
Ooh,
wing at
now
least.
sends it in the inside.
Niall getting past Gordon.
Amazing move from the Frenchman here.
He's got Cookie in his sights now, looking to move up on him.
Cookie is struggling a lot. We can see the car going left, going right, going left, going right. He's struggling a lot, putting temps to Cyrus probably.
Oh, look at that. Niall is right up on that exhaust pipe of Cookie.
He is absolutely phenomenal.
Do you think that might be a bit of anger showing? You know, he had that lovely lead built up, and then the decision to go onto the inters really slowed him down.
Yeah, I think he can win the race. Oh, there is Cookie a lot.
Cookie
Here.
giving him the space, saying, I know you're quicker than me, I don't want to fight you, I want to survive. And now he sets his sights on Arrow, who is
This is a
not
smart
having a
move from
bad
Cookie
drive.
there. And now closing up Arrow.
Mike in the chat saying it's the most annoying thing I did is exactly the... Oh, The most annoying thing is I did exactly the same thing in quali. After that, I told myself to give the barrier more room, and I thought I did. Well, quali was dry. That's something to keep in mind. Come meet me at the swimming pool, Mike. Is that a reference to, was it Kimi Raikkonen who crashed out at Monaco and then went to his yacht?
Yeah, yeah, it was, and now can
Easily
Santiago
gets
too.
past Arrow. Arrow
Oh my
saving.
lord!
Cookie being cheeky, pushing him into the wall. That might be an incident for the stewards to take a look at. Cookie didn't really give Arrow a lot of options on that corner. Closed the door before Arrow had even gotten past. And Arrow was trying to
Yeah,
be kind to Niall, saying, "Hey, I know you're quicker. Go
but
ahead and
that
pass
was
me."
a wonderful move and very risky as well from Nell and Arrow side to side into turn 12. This is amazing racing we see.
I don't know. I was looking at that Cookie following Niall. He didn't give Arrow any space.
Oh, Gilbemir has touched the wall and he's ghosted. What happens there?
He's got wing
And
damage, so Niall should be able to get past. A bit of ghosting happening there by the looks of it. So,
I think Nell have wing
Net
damage. I think
Niall has he does. Do they both?
he does.
The Williams
I
also
I
has
can
wing
see.
damage.
I can't see the wing. Show us the wing, please. He does have wing damage.
They both do.
Nell has wing damage.
But you know what? Niall
The
was
race
doing so good.
may be compromised. He was doing very, very good. He was absolutely phenomenal. He
Croskery.
was astonished.
Croskery's
But,
disconnected.
oh,
Anybody got him?
I'm
I
going to take him back.
I don't have him, unfortunately. Oh,
Um,
and Nenchev falling 2-3 positions as Arrow, Gordon, and Cookie follow one another to get that overtake.
yeah. Keep in mind that the 3-second penalty that Gordon has is a penalty that was forced. He was forced to go outside, and I think it will be simply deleted from his lap.
Possibly something for the stewards to look at. I unfortunately missed that. I will get better at some point of being on the action.
Yeah, this is the hard part. Being in the action is very hard. As now picks the fastest middle sector again. He looks fast even with a broken wing.
Croskery has rejoined Craig Conley with 16 seconds behind P10.
And he sets the fastest lap
It's a
in
110.9 for
a
Niall.
10.9. He is very, very quick, but there is 17 laps remaining for the race. Can he
got Cookie.
manage to...
Cookie and Nenchev both in the pits. Nenchev probably swapping out that damaged wing. Cookie is the first to get out. Has he swapped over to the mediums? Possibly going to be looking to close the race out on those same tires. Niall is on the hunt though. He's got 11 seconds to catch up to get to where Star is. Rio's
He's
sitting
crossing from Harris as well.
I mean, Rio is sitting comfortably on those hards, which I'm pretty confident he'll be able to finish the race with. 7 seconds between him and Niall, but Niall does have that pace, and he seems to be doing pretty well on those hards, which he will.
He has a lot of pace. Even with the broken wing, this is absolutely
he's
amazing.
setting fastest
And
laps
he
with
sets
broken
the fastest
wing,
lap
dude.
again.
Dude, he's doing that with a broken wing on hards.
2 laps in a row.
Is Rio pushing the battery or
safety
something?
Car! There is a safety car in Monaco again.
But that's 3 safety cars now. Who's crashed? It was Nenchev. And that was shortly after... stopping to fix his wing. Ultra
there.
Titan will be happy about that safety car though, because he was getting dangerously close to getting lapped there, 49 seconds behind Craig Conley, who also had I want to say it was 16 seconds behind the remainder of the pack. Cookie, everybody sort of pitting for new tires. One day is Star going to pit? Is Rio going to pit? Those are the important questions. Maxim asking if Rio is pushing the battery or something. He gained 8 tenths on Star. That might just be the medium tires on Star potentially falling off now. They are 17 laps old.
And Nell is going into the pit lane. Maybe
Is he?
taking some
Is this where he
medium
like goes
tires.
onto wets or something just to flex on them? He was setting fastest laps on hards with a broken wing. Like, come on.
And he changes his front wing and tires. He's got no medium tires.
Going for the mediums. Crosscurry, severe collision with Kevin Cow.
Penalty. What happened?
Huh? But they're both in the pit lane. How's that
What
happen?
happened there? How in hell?
Oh my goodness, this is chaotic. We've already had 6 drivers retire. The penalties are flying out left, right, and center. We're on our 3rd safety car already. And there's still 15 laps to go. So yeah, I think 4 safety cars was a good prediction. Star needs to park the bus now in order to win. We're talking 15 laps on some old mediums. That might be a bit of an ask.
Yeah, this is a very, very dangerous there
Strategy.
that Star is going. Oh, I thought he was leaving the pit lane, but he's putting temp in those tires.
Surely he can't hold on to that lead.
He fully can, but there is Nell behind, and this is the main threat.
Something I don't understand is Niall and Rio both pitted, and they are both in the same position they were before. Why did Star
Yeah,
not pit?
what happened?
Ultra Titan has picked up a 10-second penalty, ignoring yellow flag
What
apparently.
happened there?
What?
What
He's
is
only just
going
ahead of the
on?
safety car. Is he going to be able to like actually catch up to it and not get lapped?
I don't think it's the race that Titan wanted to do.
How is that ignoring yellow flag? How? Was that like, did he overtake the safety car or something and then it's giving him a 10-second penalty?
I don't know. And he's picked up a drive-through penalty. For what? I mean, if the yellow flag says to him, do not go that fast, but if he can manage to
I mean, he's trying to
keep
catch up
up,
to the queue, right? Like,
yeah, this is the point. He can't manage to
surely the stewards are
catch
going to
up to
take a
the
look
queue.
at that and just take that penalty away.
Yeah,
I don't feel like that's a fair penalty. He's probably just trying. I mean, right after that, we went and we took a look. He was only just ahead of the safety car, so something must have gone wrong, or he just came out the pits or something. No, he wouldn't have. But something obviously hasn't gone the way he wanted it to.
yeah, this is a race to forget for Titan.
At least he's in the pits, though. In the points. In the
Yeah,
pits.
at least in the points.
So Zampa says that apparently the maximum safety cars you can have in a session is 7. 4 actual safety cars and 3 virtual.
The penalties. Let's take a look about
Let's take a
those
look at those
penalties. We've got
penalties.
Gordon with a 3 second penalty. We've got Holy as well with a 3 second penalty. We've got Cross Curry with 10-second
Now
time
that one was
penalty,
for
we've got
making
Malard as well.
contact with Kevin Cal in the pit lane. So that
Yeah,
might be something that the stewards will have a look
this is,
at, unless Crosscurry is saying, you know, I did mess up.
yeah, this is a very chaotic race, but
Ultra
and there
Titan's
is
got
also
that drive
Titan
through.
with the 10-second time penalty at the drive-through. This is absolutely terrible.
What kind of penalties do people have, Maxim? Ah, we've just gone through that actually.
Yeah, that's why I was raising the points about penalties. I was answering to Maxim.
I think your chat is coming through quicker than mine,
Oh,
potentially. Yeah. So Zampa and Mike are apparently going to play some Grand Theft Auto and steal Arrow's yacht and go have some beers on it.
um,
And we're back to racing, I think.
and Krasker and Karen still
Oh,
battling.
Niles getting straight into the action. They're getting aggressive on it. Oh, you love to see it. He wants his P1 back from Star. Oh, what a mix going on here. You know, with Star trying to fight and survive with those old mediums. Niles saying, come here. And he does make short work of Star.
Oh,
Opts to take
there
the
is bit of
inside line.
contact.
Oh, you know what? Star is really fighting for that. Trying to keep that position. Gets dropped down into...
I think he will have to give back the position. I don't think he was ahead at the apex.
I don't think he was. I think he was slightly behind.
I think he
But I
has
think
to
that would
give
be
back the
up to
position there.
Star to try and dispute, potentially. Crosscree did pick up another 3-second penalty.
And now having now a 1.4 second gap. Picking up the best first sector as well.
Yeah, because remember, his fastest laps he set when he was on hards. He hasn't been on mediums yet, so he's probably about to set another fastest lap. It's just mental to me, like... He's
It's
literally so much
it's
quicker than
an
Star. Now,
amazing
Star is on those really, really old mediums.
it's a really amazing performance we see from Nalgio.
Ooh, Gordon looking to try and make some moves. He's right up the backside of Star. As we see Rio and Cookie. Nice to see the
And
Red
now
Bull
probably
drivers.
going for another best lap so far. He's picked up fastest first sector, fastest middle sector. Can he pick fastest middle sector as well?
Most likely,
And if
yeah.
he does pull the fastest lap, 1.9.6.
Ooh, we've got... Ooh, that was very close to being a very bad racing incident. Did Gordon take some damage? I see something flying off a car there. Who was that from? I suspect it may have been one of the Red Bulls. Yeah, Cookie has wing damage. There was a bit of an incident with, I want to say it was either Star or Rio. And
Oh,
Gordon,
that Cookie going for the switchback, but
there
I
was
think
some,
because he was ghosted. What
yeah.
happens there?
The
The
Red
two Red
Bulls,
Bulls are fighting, but
they're
they are ghosted.
inside each other. That is so funny to watch. That is incredibly funny to watch. The layout is glitched. It still says safety car. Yes. Not sure why. Does yours still
Oh,
say safety car?
and Cookie dives into the pits after a collision with the wall into Larascas.
Oh, he lost his whole wing.
Yeah, the
Previously,
whole
he only
wing is
had
gone.
some damage to the wing. as we've got Ollie also in the pits, also trying to get a new wing. Oh my goodness, what an eventful race. I mean, not so much for Niall. He's just, yeah, he's run away with the thing. I'm not even going to bother looking at him anymore. He's in
Now
his
is
own
in
league.
another world. This is amazing. We can. And we've got a battle between Harris and Star, and there are contact between the Alpine and the Red Bull. The Red Bull has lost a bit of front wing.
Star is getting quite aggressive with those defensive maneuvers. Red Bull does have wing damage. We did see.
Oh!
Oof,
As they come into a contact into another chicane.
I think Rio's probably going to try and get a little bit more aggressive. He is on fresher tires, but now with that wing damage, that definitely levels the playing field a little bit. Gordon will be wanting to try and get back his opportunity that he lost on turn one. I want to say it was 2 laps ago, where Star kind of closed the door on turn one when Gordon was trying to make a maneuver on the outside and ended up touching the wall a little bit.
Oh,
Well, we've got some
Harris
contact.
looking for a switch back into turn one. But coming to turn two, we got a
Gordon.
virtual safety car.
So that is 4 safety cars so far, with
Full
8
safety
laps
car,
left to
yeah.
go.
I think we can get those 5 safety cars. I told before, 6 is a lot, but I think 5 can be reached.
Maxim definitely being Star's cheerleader here, saying, look at that man defending.
Almost half of the grids has DNF.
Oh my goodness, Ollie is also out. I wonder,
Yeah, I
did he
think that's
crash or did
why
he
there is a
retire in the
virtual safety car.
pits?
I don't know, I didn't see anything.
Ollie, if
That's
you are
really
in the
weird.
stream, can you let us know what happened, man?
This is a very eventful race. As
Are we back?
Rio closing up to Star into Larascas, looking for the switchback, getting better traction than into last turn. And he picks the inside, he picks the outside, looking for the switchback there. And he's coming into turn 2, there is slight of a contact like Magnussen Perez trying the outside into turn 3,
He
having the
manages to get
inside.
ahead.
Amazing their performance.
Could we see Gordon try and pick up a second cheeky overtake on Star? Or is he going to regret trying to take that opportunity on turn one? Star's done well to keep them behind for this long on those worn mediums.
This is a very eventful Grand Prix we've got so far. As Gordon picks up a time penalty.
Another one. What's that put him
Yeah,
on?
another
6 seconds now?
Mallard has DNF as well. What happens to Mallard?
Oh no. I think he's
Oh,
crashed.
I think he grabbed the barrier coming out of the Nouvelle Chicane and just sending him out of the race. Yeah, this is very unfortunate there.
Croskery has 13 seconds of time penalties and Gordon has 6. Which, one of those 3-second penalties I think can be contested and taken away from the race, but that still does put him all the way down to, I want to say P7 or P8, depending on how it ends up.
Yeah, we've got almost half of the grid that has DNF. Looks like Monaco 1996, where there was, I think, only 3 cars remaining at the end.
Rio Harris picking up a time penalty. That makes
And
things
Star as
interesting.
well.
Oh my goodness. Things just got interesting. Almost half the grid not finishing, and the people that are left, half of them have got time penalties. It will be interesting to see if we somehow manage to get another safety car. So far, I believe we've had 2 physical and 2 virtual, leaving the current total at 4.
Yeah. I don't think we will be having another safety car. I think it's too short. A safety car takes 3 4 laps, so I think there is needs to. Oh, as I'm saying that, Star almost sending it to the wall.
You know, Rio currently still has that wing damage on his front right of the wing.
Yeah, as Hero is closing up the Star into the tunnel.
He's trying to get that overtake on Star coming down into his
Kenny
turn
sends
10.
into the inside. It fakes an overtake in the inside. Gets a better traction.
Arrow's also got wing damage on both sides? No, just the one side, but he does have wing damage. So much wing damage in this race. It's actually crazy. Like, even Crosscree right behind him also has wing damage, and so does the Alpine behind him, I think? Does Kevin Cal have wing damage? No. McLaren does not.
Oh, oh my!
Star!
As
Oh
Hero
no!
sends Star
He's
out of the
fallen
track.
from grace!
No.
Oh. He's going to be regretting not pitting during that
Yeah,
safety car.
both going into turn one, Arrow and Star. Arrow going into the outside to looking for a switchback, and I think Star just closed the door but didn't see that Arrow was already there, and it came into a contact.
I think Maxim's about to start shooting up the chat. He's looking upset. All caps.
Yeah,
No!
no,
Oh, man.
that's so unfortunate as well.
You see, that's one of those things now. You kind of learn the lesson that it's probably better to pit under that safety car if you have the opportunity. Has Crosscree disconnected again? Is that what? Because he's dropping places currently.
Um, I'm
And he
taking
is
him back,
ghosted by the looks of it, so...
and yeah, I'm taking him back. As we've got only 4 laps remaining.
My goodness.
And
Oh,
now picks up
Nile!
now
It's
a
irrelevant. He's
time
20 seconds
penalty.
ahead. Like, he's about to lap Ultra Titan. It's... Is it Ultra Titan? In the Williams. Ultra Titan's ghosted. Does he need an invite? I didn't even see him get disconnected.
Ah, Crosscure is back.
Star is back on the prowl.
Um,
Is he on
as
softs?
Gordon seems to be closing up to Harris.
You know, Gordon's still got both wings. Rio Harris, does have the damage on his front wing, so we could see a move from Gordon. They both do have penalties. I believe Gordon's got a 6-second, but that should be dropped to a 3. I believe one of them could easily be struck off by the stewards. Which means it would be between him and Rio, purely for position.
Oh, there is a bit of bump between Gordon and Harris into the hairpin. Harris going very wide into the portier. Can he sneak up? Sends it to the inside, into the very chicane, and overtakes Harris with a lovely move, a lovely dive bomb there from Gordon.
Yeah, I mean, it was bound to happen with Rio's wing damage, so I think...
Yeah, I think he just let this happen. Like, you're quicker, I have wing damage, I will try to finish my race. I have the podium for now.
As we have coming into the second to last lap currently, I think this is going to be your podiums.
And Karskiri picks up another 10-second time penalty for
Why is he
speeding in the
pitting
pit
on the
lane.
second to last lap? Is he trying to go for fastest lap, maybe?
Oh, he is probably attempting the fastest lap, but there is Star as
They're
well
not
on
changing
top.
tires. I think he's retiring.
Oh, why
What?
retire?
Why?
Why
What?
retiring?
Wait, no, he's not retiring. It just.
Right.
That is a long pit stop.
What is he? Oh, he's going for the fastest lap. As the leader starts now his last lap on the race, going into Casino, downhill into Mirabeau. He gave us an absolutely astonishing performance, a lovely performance there. Incredible moves, uh, an astonishing pace from qualifying to race, from wet to dry.
I mean, a 25-second gap between P1 and P2. That
Yeah, and
hardly.
and qualifying,
Oh. Croskery was in
and
the pits to serve his penalty that he had.
oh yeah,
I forgot about that.
I forgot about. And now going into the pool in 2016, then into Larascas. He came as an absolute leader in qualifying, and he wins the Monaco Grand Prix
And that's going to
with
be your race
26
winner.
laps,
The Frenchman
26
takes home.
second gap from the second place. That's absolutely amazing.
Wait,
Can Croskery go for the fastest lap? What is Croskery doing?
he's just for some reason it said he had another 10-second penalty, but I could have
Oh,
sworn he served that already.
and Craig Conley will be the last person to take the checkered flag, and he takes it into seventh place.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Niall, the Frenchman. I don't know if he is just that good of a driver, or maybe Monaco is his track. Kevin Cal getting your driver of the day. Who ended up with fastest lap? It was Niall, if I'm not mistaken.
Um, I think now got the fastest lap. I don't see anyone. I didn't see anyone,
There is your
and
Monaco
there is
winner.
there is a lot going on into the driver chat on the Discord.
Oh, I imagine there'll be a few people unhappy with other people. There's some very
Yeah,
aggressive moves
yeah,
being made.
exactly, exactly.
I haven't even had a chance to take a look yet, but I'm going to get some popcorn once we close out the stream.
Yeah, get some popcorn as we head into the interviews now.
Yes. So, anybody that was on the podium, Niall, Rio, and Gordon, if you guys want to hop in one at a time in that order for an interview.
Um, does the interview has
I
its
don't know how to
own
get them
Discord
in. It's
channel?
my first time doing
Oh,
comms.
yeah. You go into the F1 Tier 1, and if you scroll down, there is driver's interview.
F1 Chat 1. Is
Tier
that
1 chat.
Tier 1?
Race Party 1, Race Party 2, and there is driver interviews.
Alright. Uh, Race Party 1, driver interviews. Okay, I'll meet. Are you
Yeah.
coming there as well, Addiction?
Yep.
Cool.
As we are waiting for the drivers, we have seen an absolutely wonderful performance from
Honestly, like anybody that
the
finished that
Frenchman. Yeah,
race is pretty good in my books. There was so much chaos.
yeah, very chaotic, very dangerous from the beginning to the end.
You know, it genuinely was. And you know what? props to Maxim for that prediction for the 4 safety cars, which I believe that is what we ended on. Ultra Titan saying thank you for the comms on this, in quotation marks, race. I mean, really, it was just a front. Anybody in the race itself, it was really just a front row seat to watch Nile dominate.
Yeah, this was a domination. This was not a race. This was a pure domination.
Absolutely, absolutely.
As we've got Rio in the interviews. Hello, Rio.
Rio, what was it like? Obviously, with it being wet to begin with, obviously a bit of chaos and whatnot. What was it like from your perspective, being one of the drivers on the grid?
Well, I loaded in, and I didn't realise it was raining at first. Like, I was thinking, right, so I'll select cards for the race start. Go onto my strategy screen, and I see Inters, and I'm like, oh, it's raining. Happy days. So yeah, it was. I think I was throughout the whole qualifying. I was nervous, and then into the race, I was like, yeah. My main goal was just not to crash into the wall, especially on the Inters, and the rears were finished after 5 laps on Inter.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, it's Monaco. You got to keep it tight, but you also want to get that power down, and there is no grip when it's wet.
No. I
Uh,
kept getting oversteer on the exit of the hairpin. That gave me like 3% each time.
So with your setup, obviously you would have had a setup to sort of at hand before you started to do your qualifying runs. Did you make any adjustments coming into the race, or did you sort of assume it would be dry and you just used the same setup?
Well, with the setup, you can't change it because due to Park Ferme. So I think I just kept everything the same. I saw, like I did see before during qualifying that it was going to be wet, but I was like, it will dry up. If it says there's if the cloud was there, I knew it'd dry up. So I was like, I'll just go dry because I prefer dry setups in the wet anyway, even if it's a wet setup in the wet.
With the first safety car, did you opt to go for a second set of inters, or did you go straight to the race tires?
At first, I didn't pit. First safety car, I stayed out, and then after the 2 laps of it, the safety car being out, I was asking the engineer. He said rain's ending shortly. I was like, right, this is my time to pit, and it worked quite well. Yes, it may have cost me a couple of seconds overtaking cars who had already pit onto dries, but yeah, it's racing. We have to overtake to get positions.
Yeah.
I tell you,
And how did you? Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, from the commentators box and for the people in the stream who were watching, you know, it was we were questioning why people were going onto the slicks.
Yeah.
Obviously, we didn't have the information to hand like you guys had on the track. But we were very confused initially.
Yeah. So I was about to ask you, Rio, how did you react when you saw them pitting for hards or mediums? Do you think you could have done it as well, or did you say to yourself, it can be stupid, it can be very risky, I'm not doing it?
In the first safety car.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the first safety car, I was like, yeah, no way. I always would rather use hards because then I have the option to stay out. If I was on mediums, I would have to guarantee myself a pit.
So you, in the race, you spent a little bit of time behind Star. Obviously, yeah, we were sort of
about it.
We were watching that, and to be fair, he was trying his very best to do some defending. Did you find yourself getting a little bit annoyed because you were on the fresher medium tires, and he was on those fairly worn ones? Did you find yourself getting a bit frustrated with not being able to get past?
It was more the fact of the way he was defending. He put me in the wall once. He put Gordon almost in the wall at turn 1. And then in the hairpin, he kept slowing up. And then and then my teammate rear-ended me and gave me damage.
You know, this is one of those tracks where it's always going to be chaos. And I feel like now that it's out the way, I think it sort of opens the door for more entertaining and cleaner racing to happen later in the season. How do you feel about that? Would you say that's a fairly accurate prediction, so to speak?
I mean, it depends if all the drivers stay. Do I think having Monaco on the calendar? No. I think the racing was alright in Monaco. But for the rest of the season, we've got better tracks. I reckon the racing will be fine. If driver can keep their head and have race IQ, that works well.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, we were talking beforehand, and we were saying a lot of what's going to happen at Monaco could come down to race strategy, and we definitely saw that take place today. And you know, your evidence of that star is evidence of that opting to stay on those worn mediums sort of cost him later on in the race.
No, that was definitely the wrong decision.
But yeah, Rio, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on the second place podium.
Finally got a podium.
Good points for your team as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully see similar performances next week. See you on the podium, potentially.
Hopefully. What even is the next race?
That is a good
I'll
question.
have
I
a
haven't
quick
looked at the calendar. I'm more familiar
Calendar.
with...
It's Silverstone. It's Silverstone. Yes!
Is that your favorite track,
Right.
is it?
Yes.
And
Mainly 'cause I'm
your
British.
prediction for how you're going to finish that race, are you saying pole?
Well, if that Aston races again, no.
Yeah, we were
He was
talking about...
way too quick.
I really want to get him in here for an interview because literally in quali it was like mind-blowing. And then the fact that he was setting fastest laps on the inters when everyone else was on slicks, we were just absolutely mind-blown at his performance.
I think he just needs to go outside, to be honest.
Well, we were saying maybe they need to make like a tier 0.5 where it's just him racing.
Be a bit boring for him, I think.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair,
It was fun battling him it was fun battling with him on the restart.
I mean,
Hard racing, but fair.
to be fair, even Maximo in the chat was saying, like after quali, he was saying the battle for P2 is going to be spicy, and he was right. So many incidents happened trying to get that P2 position away from Star.
I've definitely got some things to report.
Oh yeah,
That's for sure.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I saw.
Yeah, we've seen some dangerous moves.
Yeah. Man, I was
We've
happy
seen,
with my overtake around the outside of. Is it Casino? It's not Casino Square, is it?
Was it
I
that
remember.
Masna and Casino you overtook Star?
Star.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a wonderful move, mate.
Thank you.
All right,
And I think we will ask to Niall to join the interview box.
Yes. But thank you so much, Rio. Looking forward to seeing your performance at Silverstone. So you guarantee a podium next week, is what you're saying?
For my hopes, yes, I will guarantee myself a home
Okay,
race podium.
clip that, lads. Clip it.
No, don't clip me.
Yeah, we
Okay,
may
right.
need to
I'll
clip
guarantee myself a top 5.
top.
How about that?
He's guaranteeing top 5. Anybody in the chat want to clip that, just so we've got evidence to play back next week.
Rio, thank you so much for coming to the
Yeah, thank
interview,
you.
and well done for this P2.
Cheers.
And congratulations on surviving. Half the field didn't. So
I had some close moments with the chicane wall.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
absolute chaos for most drivers. But thank you so much, Rio. I hope you have a lovely evening,
thank
and
you.
we will see you next week.
Yeah, see ya. Thank you.
Yeah. So he's guaranteeing top 5 placement next
At
week.
top 5, I hope you guys did clip it, so we'll have a proof.
You know, I think he's not the only person that's going to be unhappy with Star.
Yeah. We've seen very dangerous late moves. I think Arrow will complain as well. We see very late moves, late braking as well. So yeah, I think a lot of people may complain about Star.
So was it Gordon who finished P3 technically?
I don't know who finished P3. Yeah, I don't get a clue. Someone in the chat remembers. Yeah, does someone in the chat remember who finished in P3? Yeah, I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it was Gordon, but then he had the 6 seconds of penalties.
Gordon.
I'm pretty sure it was Gordon. But then I don't know
Gordon.
who finished P4, and that kind of complicates things a little bit. Especially because
And
it'll
with
probably be going to the stewards, most likely.
Nell is not coming into the interview. Looks like he's playing another game right now.
Oh, well. I mean, he did say he
Um,
could do the interview, and it's possible he maybe saw
interview.
Rio in here and he was like, I'm not going to wait. I'm P1. I should have been first in the interview box.
Yeah, I'm asking. There is people coming to interview.
Um, oh, now's
Oh,
coming. We've got now. He's just replied, sure. So hopefully we get him in. Um, join race party 1 and then do we drag him in? Is that how it usually goes? Um,
um,
yeah, it's anybody still in the chat. Apologies. Just some teething problems because it's my first time on comms. So just got some
yeah,
teething problems going on at the moment.
it looks like Nell got problems with Discord. What happened there?
Does he have any voice channel at all? Touching grass. It looks like that's the only one that he can see. Join that,
Mhm.
and then we'll join him
Yeah.
in touching grass.
Nell, hello there in the commentary box. Tell us about your race, about your qualifying. You had an absolutely astonishing performance. Tell us about this evening.
Well, starting off with qualifying, I mean, well, it may have seemed like a very good lap. I don't think I had a particularly good lap in my standards anyway, because I felt like I made a lot of mistakes, but it was good enough for pole, luckily.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, the race was a bit scruffy,
4
especially with
safety
start
cars.
with the wet. You know, was it four?
It
I think it
was
was
4.
three.
There was
Two
Yeah.
full,
two.
two virtual.
Two
Yeah.
safety cars and two VSCs.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit messy, obviously with the wet and then it drying up in safety car. I was ready to click during safety car to pit onto the hards, but I decided against it literally last second, which didn't pay off in the end. Ended up getting stuck behind a few drivers, getting front wing damage on my outlap actually. There was this small incident where I think an Alpine broke a bit early, and then I ended up getting damage behind him, which wasn't ideal. It was fairly light damage, well, enough to be able to be quick, but yeah. Then I got a bit lucky though with that safety car that came around lap 23, I think. Was hoping for a safety car, obviously, because well, I mean, driving around with damage in Monaco is not. Trust me, it's not the nicest thing in the world. So yeah, and then got a safety car, made the early moves, and then won the race. Pretty simple.
Yeah, I mean, from the commentary box, like even just during qualifying, people in the chat was saying, the battle for P2 is going to be great. There was already predictions that you were just going to sail through, and that was evident by the gap you were leaving like in the first few laps and you were already like 5 or 6 seconds ahead. It just shows that you are a different class of driver altogether. And what a good drive it was. It was so fun to watch you sort of fight your way back through the pack after you pitted from the Inters. And yeah, I mean, really entertaining race. You handled it well. Was there any moments that stood out to you as either frustrating or glorious or exciting?
Well, I think definitely the moment where I think where I just when I didn't pit for the Inters initially, that was a bit frustrating. Oh, not Inters, the hards off the Inters. I think I should have pitted for the Inters, the hards and safety car. But yeah, I mean, then as well making my way back through, that was fairly entertaining, despite having under pace. I know, like sometimes you just want to be in front, but sometimes just making the way through the pack, that was kind of like a nice fun bit. But I think as well, I played a bit smart when I stayed out on the Inters. When everyone else was pitted for dries, I stayed 2 or 3 laps extra on the Inters just to make use of my pace in the cleaner. I think that was a good move looking back, because that allowed me to have a bigger gap to those behind. I was still a bit faster on the Inters actually for a couple moments, then maybe left it 2 laps or 2 laps too late. But yeah, I mean, as well, making the moves on safety car restart at the end. Well, that made my day, honestly.
Something I found personally quite interesting is I forget who it was now. It might have been Star, who set a fastest lap after changing to the slicks, and then you come on the next lap still on the Inters and set a faster lap than he was. I was just absolutely astonished. And I don't recall if it was on the Inters or the hards where you had wing damage and you were still setting fastest laps. I was just like, how is this man doing this? Is he a magician? Even during your quali pace, I was like, initially you were 2 seconds faster than P2, and I was just like, how? Like, absolutely bamboozled by your quali pace, and then the fact that you were able to transfer that into the race pace as well. It was so entertaining to watch. It's really good to see a sort of a whole different type of quality driver come in. I think they'll have to find a way to nerf you if you race at the next race, to be honest. I don't know. Do we need to give everyone else like a free lap and then you start the race, or
could just start from the back? But I mean, it is kind of a one-off Monaco thing, really. This pace, I do still have fairly strong pace at other tracks. It's Monaco. It's my track.
It's your specialty, is it?
Strong. Yeah.
That is fair. But thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure to watch you race, even though I think you finished with like 25 seconds ahead of P2.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and thank you so much for your time for the interview. I really appreciate it. Will you be back for next week? I believe it's Silverstone next week.
I mean, I'll see. I'm not very strong at Silverstone at all, but we'll see.
All right.
No, time will tell.
Well, if you do race Silverstone, do you have any predictions on where you might end up after the race?
I mean, Silverstone's a big DRS game, so I can't really tell you right now where, it really depends on a lot of factors. You can't just have that insight into the future immediately now,
No, I get that. At the same time, if, for example, I'd asked you pre-Monaco, you'd probably have a pretty good feeling about at least getting a podium, for example, right?
I mean, Monaco's a bit different, obviously.
Silverstone.
Sure. It's, yeah. I think miles would have been a bit obvious, but yeah, I mean, it's 2 completely different tracks, and Silverstone's one of those tracks where you just have to play it really smart and not get involved in any incidents. So, I mean, we'll see. Honestly, I can't give a prediction right now.
Well, I'm going to predict if you do race, you'll be getting a podium. I have that feeling. I know it's a one-off, and you've done Monaco exceptionally well. But yeah, from what I've seen, it looks like you handle yourself well under pressure. You know when to make the moves. You time things just right. You get your strategy. Not always 100%, but you know what? The fact that you're able to make up for that during the race with, just careful planning and, being cautious when you need to be, taking a slight risk when you have to. I think I'm going to predict that you'll get a podium if you race next week.
I mean, we'll see. I
All right.
think definitely podiums on the card, so yeah.
Oh yeah, I think so. If you do race, yeah, I reckon you could do that even by starting at the back. You know, like if like Max at one time when he got the was it the engine penalty and he had to start like way back.
I think it's Russia 2021.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right. Anyways, Niall, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for joining us this evening. And hope you have a lovely evening.
Yeah, thank you. You too as well.
Thank you very much. Uh, all right, addiction. Shall we move back over to driver interviews?
Who was P3? That's the question. There's someone in chat knows who was in P3.
If there is anybody in chat currently still watching, out of the 8 people currently watching, do we know who P3 was? I want to say it was between Cookie and Gordon, but I could be wrong.
Was it Gordon?
Um,
Wait, give me a second, sorry.
well, Gordon's not online. I don't think Cookie is either. Yeah. So I don't think we'll be able to get an interview from either of them anyway.
I think we are done for the interviews for tonight.
Yep. I mean,
Unfortunately,
what an eventful race. You know, Maxim
yeah,
with
this was an
the
amazing race. Yeah,
on-point prediction for the 4 safety cars. Niall with an honestly,
he was flying, absolutely flying there.
it genuinely felt like, at least from my point of view, it felt like watching a Formula One car against Formula Two cars.
Yeah, or it was like watching 2023 Max Verstappen.
And the rest of the field was like Latifi and Mazepin back in the day, like 2021.
Yeah,
And that's not to say that everyone else is a bad driver, but Niall was just
yeah, it's
next
just
level.
an absolute domination there.
And I believe Arrow's just finding somebody for us to raid. I don't know how to do that from my thingamajig. Uh, okay, I think we're raiding QSL TV. Can I end?